We are a bedroom community here in the Santa Clarita Valley. I often talk about it. Homes built as early as roughly the 1940s. There are some here in Old Town Newhall, roughly around there. Maybe a little bit earlier. You might find one slightly, but mostly starting with the Benelli homes in the 1950s in Saugus, Old Orchard in the 1960s, and of course up there in Canyon Country, also early 1960s through today. And so whether or not you buy a home that's 50 or 60 years old, or whether or not you purchase a home that's brand new, in some cases you want to make updates. You want to change things, no matter what, because you want to make it your own. However, those 22-minute segments on the DIY shows on cable, they make it look really easy, but it's not necessarily true. So here to lend you a hand, you have good people and talented people here in the Santa Clarita Valley that can really help you get your project off the ground. Kevin from DIY Architectural, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, I want to talk about this because you've got over or almost 30 years of experience in architectural design and especially building custom homes and making additions and creating a more custom atmosphere for homeowners, right?
Yes, that is correct. We started out here in Santa Clarita in '87 in Sand Canyon.
In Sand Canyon. And tell me a little bit, because we talk about this and you've kind of I've looked at your website, you've got this wonderful approach that gives homeowners the sense of control, but even still you're kind of guiding them through the process. So, and you talk, especially I saw something, knocking down non-load bearing walls, which I know what would happen if I tried that. The whole house would collapse. But things like that we don't know about, that we think is easy to do on the DIY shows, but actually could cause major problems. Tell me why it's more important to have someone like you help out rather than try and do it yourself.
Well, we're a licensed architectural firm with a lot of experience and education, and we try to guide you through the process through our website. We're there to answer questions. You can upload photos and stuff and say, is this a non-bearing wall? We can walk you through on what to look at, and if we're still not sure, we don't mind coming out and taking a look at it for you.
So from there, you're giving guidance. Is the homeowner still doing all the work themselves, or is there help that they can get from you?
Our website is designed on multiple levels, so we can give any level of architectural services that they'd like. So from someone who wants to do the DIY and do it themselves, and we give them guidance through that process, we have that section, and then we can help in the construction documents and the technical side of the drawings and the engineering. Or we can come out and design. A lot of people like doing the design side of it with us, like a joint venture via the internet and web meetings and stuff. And then from there, we take over the construction documents and the technical side and come out and verify measurements and stuff and get us ready to go, the project to go out to bid. And it's a good way to build your budget. That's our whole concept. It's help design it and build your budget. That way we understand the cost behind the project.
I think it's important to have someone like you. A friend of mine growing up, his dad did a lot of his own work on his house, but there was one time he took the sledgehammer to a wall that he thought he was going to knock out and put a window there and hit a gas line. So yes. Things like that I think are really important to at least have a firm like you to kind of give an overall impression of what you can expect. And before you start knocking that hole in the wall, is the whole house going to fall down, or at least the wall, or is there something else you're going to strike that might be important, plumbing or anything else that's inside those walls, right?
Absolutely. And a little bit of knowledge goes a long way.
Now, you're going to be at the 7th Annual KHTS Home and Garden Show, which is April 16th to 17th at Central Park. As a visitor to the event, what might I expect from your booth?
From our booth, we have sample drawings. Come out, take a look at some of the sample drawings, projects we've done. Interior remodels, additions, customs. We do all residential. Our primary focus and our only focus is all residential projects. So come out, take a look at the plans. I'll be there. I can answer questions, bring photos of your project. I can give input. And come take a look.
And I think it's really important too, because sometimes like even in new construction, you think, okay, I can get it built how I want. But let's say, for example, they got a leftover. In these cases, they got something that's come back on the market. Maybe something escrow fell through, but you wanted that master retreat, and there's that 5th bedroom you don't need. So don't overlook the opportunities, even if you're buying new construction, to stop by the DIY Architectural booth and stop and talk to Kevin and find out what's going on. I see you actually brought some things here. It looks like you have plans, and it looks like some demonstration materials and things like that. So taking a look here, 1-story additions, and also you do 2-story additions too, right?
Correct. at all different design levels, all different types of design.
And that's great because and also making sure too in a two-story level, I'm sure that you make it so some people think that they want this idea, but it'll turn into a white elephant on the street, and their value may go down as a result. When you probably give them some advice and guidance on how to make sure that it still stays within some sort of level of conformity that can make sure that their house rises in value and doesn't decrease.
Absolutely. The value is very important. That's why we always recommend a permit, because later on that can hurt the title of the project. And we always do 3D modeling and existing and propose renderings and stuff. That way the client understands what they're actually getting before we start the construction.
So, and that's good to know. I've actually walked into houses where in some cases they've added on a room and like the roof gets smaller and smaller and you're kind of realizing you're ducking by the time you get to the back of that room. So this is always good to at least consult with a professional. And you have a website, DIYarchitectural.com, correct? Kevin, thanks so much for stopping by, and you will be at the 7th Annual KHTS Home and Garden Show, DIY Architectural. Any questions, thinking about a room addition, thinking if you're buying a home and you're thinking, can I do this in this neighborhood? And you are right about permits, very, very important.
Yes, it is.
So thanks again for stopping by, and good luck, and we'll see you at the 7th Annual KHTS Home and Garden Show.
Thank you, and hope to see you all there.